XRP's price at the top of this bull market, I think, is going to shock everybody. And we just got some crazy bullish news coming out of the White House that I think is a direct nod to XRP, as well as many other coins out there that you and I have been talking about here on the channel. So we're going to break down exactly why I think the US may be about to buy XRP, specifically for a reserve asset, and more importantly, what could the 2025-2026 bull market top price for XRP truly come in at. We're going to be asking AI as well as some top analysts here in this video. So go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get into it. So everybody now knows that it's officially been released, the Strengthening American Leadership in Digital Financial Technology. It's the catalyst we've been waiting for to skyrocket the cryptocurrency market. Unfortunately, Jerome Powell had other ideas today, but what is interesting with this report, by the way, it's 166 pages, so it's a pretty substantial report, and it breaks down all of the regulatory framework that we expect to come in, and more importantly, how the US can move on. Now, if you haven't seen my Bitcoin update video, you definitely need to check that, where Bo Hines gives us a little sneak peek as to what might be coming. But I was reading through this report, and stable coins and payments really got me thinking. You know, we've been talking about our RLUSD here on the channel for a number of weeks, and in particular how that affects XRP and why I think companies are buying XRP, and I think the US government's going to come in as well. Now, we know Trump announced a while back that they were going to do a asset reserve in which XRP as well as Cardano was named as one of those coins. Well, it's very interesting when you start to break this down. And by the way, before everyone jumps in the comments and they're like, "Dude, you're full of shit," I am just giving you my view here, and I'll back it up with why I think it's going to be that. So bear with me, okay? So the reality is that stablecoins and payments, this came in the official report, and it talks specifically here about cross-border payment systems, basically protecting the primary of the dollar-based international monetary system. Not only does it talk about it once, it talks about it a number of times within this stablecoin bill, which I thought was super, super interesting. And it got me thinking, what cryptocurrencies are specifically setting out to deliver cross-border payment systems? Now, we know the reality here is it's not Bitcoin. We also know that, well, Ethereum layer 2s might be in it. So I did what any normal person does, and I went and cheated, right? I went to AI and said, hey, which coins are specifically looking to facilitate cross-border payments? And you will never guess which one came out top. That's right, XRP. The purpose, it is designed specifically for cross-border payments and remittances. The RippleNet enables instant settlements with liquidity through XRP and its partners, Santander, SBI Holdings, Tangelo, and many, many others. Now, you can chuck in there that Stellar XLM is trying to do that as well, but not for a financial sector. Quant's in there, Algorand, and some Ethereum layer 2 as well as Circle and Tether stablecoins. So the reality here is that not only do I believe that we are going to be talking about certain elements of stablecoins, which I think RLUSD could come into that pact, I think that we could start to see some integration with XRPL. Recently, we've seen massive financial banks. We've seen big banks getting involved, as well as the actual finance sector as well. So as well as stablecoins being a big thing, I truly believe we're going to see something come out with XRP. The fact Trump tweeted about it tells me that that certainly is going to be a big thing. And this bill, like I said, was very bullish. Lots of good conversations, lots of debate here around stablecoins, around basically finance, and around how that can be used in the US to really support a growth in the cryptocurrency asset sector, which I think is super, super bullish. Now, there is a lot to it. I haven't broke it all down, so make sure you subscribe to the channel because we'll go through all of this, giving you all the key points as to how it plays through. So when I was thinking, well, the US are going to come out and buy XRP, I mean, let's just say they are, then what could the price truly be? Now, I've done this on a couple of videos. Equally, by the way, just for reference, I don't think it's going to $1,000. I think those people that put out that it's good $10,000 are lunatics. I think in the long term, maybe. The reality is XRP going to get to $10,000 in the next 4 months? No. But it could do some decent numbers. And what did AI come back and tell me? Well, the reality is that, well, BitGet analysts are forecasting to $5 if institutional demand and bullish sentiment persists to the year end. DeepSeek, the Chinese AI, is thinking about $5. Coinpedia around 581. Then we get into a little bit more bullish. Gemini looking for a $20 price range on XRP by late 2025. And other technical optimistic cases looking between the $7 and $10. But why and how do they get there? Well, we saw a massive pump in XRP price as well as adoption on XRPL. I talked about this yesterday with huge amounts of XRP leaving exchanges like we've never seen before. Whales accumulating, everyone's buying it, XRP treasuries are coming. It's all very much aligned into what I think is going to be a pretty big move when it comes to XRP. In fact, we need to see it hold this kind of 312 range. Now, Jerome Powell's done his best to kind of dump the market. XRP is around 309, I think is where it finished at. But This 312 is critical while we go through these areas of volatility. And I think if we get that, we could absolutely see 4 bucks and 483, which I've been talking about here on the while. The other thing to note here, and this is very interesting, the fact that we have Charles Hodgkinson himself, that's right, the founder or one of the CEOs at Cardano, is now talking about Midnight, blockchain utility token Night. And this is going to be an airdrop for XRP holders. You're actually going to get a share of the upcoming Glacier airdrop. Now, if you hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Ripples, XRP, Avalanche, Binance, and Brave, you'll receive the largest airdrop ever. Well, it's pretty big. How much is it? 1.2 billion Night will be distributed to XRP investors, according to founder Charles Hodgkinson. The XRP allocation will go to holders with an outstanding balance of above $100. So when I've done these videos saying grab hold of $100 of XRP, that's why. That is definitely why. That's why you probably should be getting some. So the past 7 days, XRP has obviously skyrocketed. We will keep you posted because you are only going to have 60 days to claim your Night tokens before the Glacier phase ends. And the second chance at the scavenger mine will then go live. So we'll keep you posted on exactly what's going on with it and making sure that you are grabbing your free Night tokens just for holding XRP. So not only do we get to a bullish case of 20 bucks, you could get some free XRP or some free Night tokens using your XRP, all while at the same time, the US is going to buy some XRP. Let me know what you think of that in the comments down below. As always, we appreciate your time watching these videos and also interacting with those comments down there. Again, we're trying to get rid of all the scammers to make this a super vibrant and super great community that you guys absolutely can be a part of and grow those portfolios. As always, everybody, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Take care.